I like AI stocks over Bitcoin any day, any time of year, because there's hope on it. We have a huge build out that we're going to do over the next couple years. And I understand we can chart crime it. Brian, we can just keep putting debt to equity ratios on Oracle and keep talking like it's a bubble. Right? But this is not .com. I was there during .com. I made and lost many, many fortunes during .com. And this is sort of fundamentally different. Now, is there excess? Of course there is. Are there concerns about how we're going to support all this AI infrastructure? Sure. But Bitcoin is just a price and a chart. AI is something that in a couple years we're all going to be doing. We're all doing it now. It just depends on how quickly places like Microsoft and Facebook can get us to start paying them, how OpenAI is going to start paying them. I mean, even people are paying Claude. I'm spending thousands a year now in subscriptions for various AI tools.
And that past cycles haven't necessarily been like this in terms of the trepidation around this innovation. Is that going to be a curb on it ultimately?
I don't know if it'll be a curb on it, but as far as the anxiety that is impacting the common guy, yeah, I think that continues. But what will happen is with most technology transitions over the history of time, what happens is, yes, some people lose their jobs, some people find jobs, but overall, people become wealthier. And when they become wealthier, they spend more. So at least indirectly, that propels the economy.
My next guest says the specter of a steeper decline may be overdone, and the bubble talk itself may be facing a bubble. Joining us now, Nancy Tengler, Laffer Tengler Investments CIO and CEO. Nancy, it's great to see you. You know, it's really funny, all of this bubble talk, because as I was saying earlier in the show, the vast majority of folks we are talking to are saying it's not a bubble. They say things are, you know, some things may be richly valued, but they don't consider it to be a bubble. Nonetheless, something was causing the sell-off last week. So what do you think is going on here sentiment-wise?
Well, it's great to be with you, Julie. I think a couple of things. I mean, I may be a little bit cynical, but I think a lot of the narrative has been driven by people who got out during the tariff tantrum and forgot to get back in. And then, of course, valuations have run dramatically since then. But I was managing money in the 1990s, and it didn't look at all like this. You've got CapEx spending that's just getting started. It was escalating or skyrocketing during the entire decade of the 1990s. You got earnings growth, and the growth stocks are expanding at 20% in the 90s, and from 96 to 2000, it was contracting.
Than it does demand. And so these companies are anxious to locate where they can build and build quickly. Another reason is the grid operator in Texas is the only major grid operator in the United States that is not regulated by FERC. And so faster permitting, simpler rules, frankly. But what happens when Google decides to move into an area like Abilene, Texas, Amarillo, Texas? It has significant knock-on effects to the regional economy. Not only do you get huge investment in facilities as measured by construction employment, you also get permanent employment, operating jobs, which creates secondary and tertiary jobs. For example, you will see at Google, once those plants are open, a series of indirect jobs, everything from cloud service providers to cybersecurity, specialized suppliers of water, et cetera. That is the first order of magnitude, and then from there you get second order, housing, retail, schools, et cetera. For every data center employee that is permanent at a site, we think there are 4 to 5 indirect and tertiary. Semiconductors even more, 6 to 7 times. So it creates a significant ripple effect in the economy in terms of more jobs and also investment. Something that isn't understood is these companies, Google, OpenAI, TSMC in Arizona, once they're there, they invest in workforce training. They invest in the local infrastructure. You see everything from roads to water to schools being advantaged because these companies make these decisions in these locations.